we got a blog put over on the PlayStation blog, and they were talking about.
That's what they would do over there.
But it's pertaining to something that they've already had a blog post about, which is the PlayStation Store on PS3 and Vita. But this time it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Oh, what they say about it?
Basically, that they are not going to close those stores.
Wait, what?
So I'm just going to read some of this verbatim. It says, upon further reflection, however, it is clear that we made the wrong decision as it pertains to closing the PlayStation 3 and Vita stores. So today, I'm happy to say that we will be keeping the PlayStation Store operational on PS3 and PS Vita. The PSP store will still be closed on July 2nd as planned originally. It says we initially came to this decision to end purchasing for support on PlayStation 3 and Vita. It was born out of a number of factors, including commerce support challenges for older devices, yada, yada, yada.
You guys weren't using it?
Yeah, basically, the crazy thing is that it makes me wonder, like, okay, when they announced that this was going to close, you have to think that, at least in some respect, if not, I don't think it would be massive, but there had to have been people going and starting to buy things because they're like, okay, this is going away, so I need to get whatever I can. But this has to have been because of the overall narrative of like, oh my gosh, and all those kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Right. I don't think this is going to make people start like buying stuff all over. Like, it's still going to be a store, a store that's used very little. Again, I
especially now that they're not closing it, I think people that were all of a sudden buying stuff, they're going to be like, oh, okay, then I don't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
So one thing that I will say of note, it's interesting. Now, granted, it may just be credited to him. I doubt he actually wrote it, but it does say that this blog post is from Jim Ryan himself. So that's nice, considering that most people are kind of pointing the finger and kind of blaming him that the reason this was even happening. So it's nice that he's the one at least being credited for penning this blog post. And
all over Twitter, they were asking Homeboy to come back, Sean Layden.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were like, hey, Sean,
what you doing?
You up?
You up?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
like a couple of other things. I mean, we talked about this on the show when it first hit the news that it was all going to be closing, and we all here agreed that, like, hey, we don't really go back very much. At least we have a little bit of time to buy something. I actually did buy one game on my Vita because I was like, and I was going to wait till it got closer because I was like, yeah, you never know. They might reverse this. But I was like, this is a game I was wanting to get at some point anyways. I'll just use this opportunity to go ahead and grab it. So I bought that one game. But other than that, I wasn't really planning to go and buy everything. I feel like I own everything that I want on these systems. So I'm glad that the people... I mean, I do think that part of the narrative was like, oh, you're not respecting your own history, and like somewhere down the road you want these people to be able to play these games like that are up-and-coming gamers that have never even had the opportunity or whatever. And I think that the real idea would be that you get to where you can buy these games on PlayStation 5 or, PS4 if you continue to have a PS4 and everything, or some type of backwards compatibility more akin to the way that Xbox does it. And I think this still lends to that could be a possibility down the road. But I actually think saying, okay, we're not taking away the stores makes that future, if it was going to be a future, puts that even further back. Because the one thing you can point out was like, okay, maybe they're taking away because they're really going to be like, bomb drop, backwards compatibility for real,
Right.
And I just don't think at all that's going to be a case now, which I know it was a long shot before, but I think this really means like, okay, fine, this is what you asked for. Keep your PS3, buy these games.
Yep.
So
Right, yeah. And that one guy that's been keeping that thing afloat is like, yes, I get to keep my job.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This had to have been somebody's job that didn't get lost. You know what I'm saying? He's like, whew. He's calling his wife, baby.
We made it.
You won't believe
We
this.
did it.
Yeah.
Jim did it. He changed his mind.
thank you,
baby.
Twitter.
He changed his mind. Yeah, exactly.
Jim did it.
Jim did it.